First for college basketball, that was an exciting PK80 tournament in honor of Nike founder Phil Knight. The tournament featured some of the best teams in college basketball, and I'm here with our experts, Emmanuel, Tobe, and Evan Piercy, to break it all down. So, guys, let's get into it. Big tournament this past weekend. Yeah. Emmanuel, what player impressed you the most from the weekend?
So for me, I have to say from the Florida Gators, my man, Chris Cinderella Man Chioza. And the reason is, I know it's kind of an off-the-wall pick, but if you look at how he played last year, which is basically he wasn't the starter. He started no games. He averaged 7 points per game, as well as 3.8 assists. This year, or in the tournament, he averaged 17 points, 10 assists per game, and he was really monumental in the game.
But your pick is what you said, like off the wall. I mean, I got to go Marvin Bagley III for Duke. This guy's a freak of nature athlete. He averaged 27.3 points across every game in the tournament, 15 rebounds per game, and this guy single-handedly went and beat Florida. You know, he was a big catalyst.
I don't know if it would be single-handedly.
Maybe not single-handedly, but he was a big catalyst.
Don't say single-handedly, because he does have a lot of help, like backing him up.
Yeah, but when Duke was down, they turned to him, feeding him in the post, get him some easy buckets to get Duke back into the game, and then ended up beating Florida.
I mean, but the thing is, with him, yes, like everyone knew that he was going to be good. Everyone knew that he was going to be special. I mean, this man, it was first recruited when he was 14 years old.
Yeah.
But with Chris Chioza, I just like his story, you know. To me, I was more impressed with the fact that he went out onto the floor. He's been dealing with a shoulder injury since November 2nd, and he really just played his heart out. He's a senior, probably not going to the NBA, but he went out there on the floor and played like he was playing for something, and I respect that. I'm impressed by that.
No, I mean, I can get behind that and respect it, but it's not the best player in the tournament.
I remember his times back in the March Madness last season, had a lot of great moments. Marvin Bagley's got a lot to play for in the future. So, Evan, who's got the chance to take #1 from Duke?
You know, I don't know if a team can actually take the #1 from Duke. And, you know, yes, Duke struggled against Texas, unranked, struggled against Portland State, very unranked, and struggled against Florida. In both those games against Texas and Florida was down under 3% chance to win in the second half and still won the games. And that's the key point for me. I mean, you look at their team, led by senior Grayson Allen, who is now just focusing on shooting the ball, which he's one of the best spot-up shooters in the country. You got the dynamic duo, or the Bash Bros, and Wendell Carter Jr. and Marvin Bagley III down low, and they have just dominated the paint, dominated the offensive and defensive rebound.
Yes, for the offense, but my concern is their defense. In the game against Florida, they made some key mistakes that really got them underneath, like when they were down by so many points in the fourth quarter. I mean, to me, with 4 freshmen like starting, as well as when Grayson Allen went out, they had 5 freshmen on the floor. You know, they made a lot of mistakes, and they really
they made mistakes, but they made mistakes early, which is the thing. You know, if you're watching this, you see Duke's down by 18 to Florida in the second half. It's like, you know, someone's about to get knocked off, but then you know they come back and win, and that's a scary thing. They were still able to win these games.
I know, but if you make mistakes against certain people and certain teams, they will burn you. Yes, Florida, to me, they didn't really take advantage of that, of the mistakes that Duke
who's
made.
Your pick then?
My pick, I like to say Villanova, just because if you look at the team, if they had a really easy road into the PK80. They beat their opponents by, on average, 10.3 points per game. They were in the top 10 in offense and defensive statistics, as well as, to me, they just consistently play well.
They consistently play well, but they just don't have much size to them. And that's my thing against Villanova is when they're going up against a bigger team, such as you see UNC, Michigan State, Duke, their tallest guys, not bigger than 6'8".
Well, guys, a lot of basketball left to be played, okay? More season to come. That's all the time we have for college basketball. Ellie's going to be right back with some NHL, something you don't want to miss.